Hello and welcome to BizTech on Ghana Web TV, where we bring you business news that made headlines during the week, as well as an exclusive interview. My name is Na Oyokwote. Henceforth, importers are going to be paying more due to the increment in the cost of ocean freight. A 40-feet container, which was previously pegged at $3,400 is now $8,400. Now, this has caused agitation among traders who rely on the import and export business. On BizTech today, my colleague Ernestina Sewa Asante sat with the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Dr. Joseph Obeng, who discussed the challenges as well as the way forward.
During the week, there were reports that the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority had increased freight charges at the port. This got several reactions from the various associations in the business communities, including the Ghana Importers and Exporters Association. Today on BizTech, we'll be speaking to the GUTA president, Dr. Joseph Obeng, to know the impact of these new charges on traders and consumers at large. Welcome back from the break. Now, Doc, for our viewers who are not business inclined, what do we mean by freight charges?
When you talk about freight charges, it simply means that you are a businessman, you have traveled abroad, gone to buy your goods from your suppliers. They've produced these goods for you. Now you are left with transportation. So you approach your shipping line, you send his container to the premises of this factory, and then the goods are loaded, and then they transport it back to the port, and then load it into their ships, and then transport it to your preferred destination. And all these things is not free. It comes with a charge because it's somebody's business, and so that is what we call the freight charges.
Just this week, we heard that there's an increment in the freight charges at the ports. How has this impacted your business?
Yeah, the increment has come well over 5 months now, when the COVID figures started shooting up again. And so it is as a result of the COVID that we are seeing these freight charges. For us, we think that it is artificial because it is related to the COVID. And so it has been there. It's not now that the freight charges have been going up. Before the COVID, we were paying for 40-footer container $3,000. And now it has shot up to today. When I talk to my supplier who is shipping my goods, 13,800 from China, Guangzhou to be precise. So this is how astronomically these freight charges have risen to.
So obviously it means the consumers, whether we buy the goods, are going to be affected, right?
Definitely, because world commodity prices itself have gone up because of the effect of the same COVID that we're talking about. Copper prices have gone up, metal prices have gone up, PVC prices have gone up astronomically. In cases, it's almost 100% increase, 30 and 40% depending on those raw materials. And so naturally our cost prices have already gone up, coupled with the freight charges that we're talking about now, which have also gone up almost 500%. If you take 3,000 as a standard charge for the freight in the past, and now it's 13,800, then these things have gone up over 400%. And so it's very high, and it adds up to the cost, and a huge cost at that. And that's what the consuming public have started having the feel of this. And is very very bad out there. And this is the reason why we are telling government and appealing to government that there are certain things of the cost component that is beyond government here. Most of them are global, especially the world commodity prices and then the freight charges. But those things that we can help reduce the cost here locally, this is what we are pleading with government to make sure that they are able to do it so that we can mitigate the plight of the consuming public as well as the importers themselves. Because you see the purchasing power has its own limitation. Wages are not going up, but for prices to go that astronomically high, it means that the consumers cannot contain it. And that's why we are appealing to government that the freight charges that the customs decided to impute into the duty calculation, the new charges should not be introduced, and that we should use the standard prices, because this increase or increment is just a transitional something. It's not something that is permanent. We deem it as artificial and also an effect, a bad effect at that on the COVID pandemic. So we should not even be seen that we are getting advantage of the effect of the COVID to surcharge the consuming public and that of the importers as well. Okay. So what we are saying is that the old freight charges should be used, and that is fair.
Okay. So for clarity's sake, does it mean that if post-COVID, they are going to revert to the old charges, or they'll keep maintaining the new charges, the new freight charges?
No, this is not going to be permanent. You can trust me, because it's logistics, demand and supply. They are saying that the reason is when they send these goods from China to Europe and America, the same is not being returned because of low productivity and the other end of the globe and all that. If this is the reason what they have signed, it means that the containers are there. They haven't gone anywhere. It's only because of demand and supply that has brought about this, especially with the pandemic going up, which gives challenges for employment issues, people not being able to undertake their normal work, and that productivity have gone down in other areas and all that. Yeah.
So what are the local costs on importation that you want government to mitigate?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the imputing the freight charges into the calculation of duties. That is one, because at this time the price difference is too huge from the standard prices and all that. That is one. And then the other area that we want government also to look at is the activities of the shipping lines here. After charging us this huge charges for freight and all that, when we come locally here, they also they charge us some what I would say some illegal fees at the port, and that is not helping us at all. Especially something like the release charges and all that. We think that embedded in these freight charges are some of these operational costs locally as well. And so government should, as matter of agency, try and bring some controls into the shipping lines activities. Otherwise, it is a rip-off. I see it's something like a cartel by these multinationals to rapers of, which is not good. We also pay a lot of demurrages at the port, and we think that they do it deliberately so that they can prolong the time that we are able to clear our goods, because government works, customs works 24/7, and they choose to work up to about 4:30, and then they close. They could have made a shift system where they will continue along with the customs, and then weekends also they do not work, or even holidays where customs will be working and all that. It means that it's a deliberate play to prolong clearance for them to have these huge sums of demurrage fees, which also is a huge amount that goes against importation and clearance. Yeah.
The conversation is getting interesting, but then we are taking a quick break. When we come back, we delve into the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat signing MOU with the African Shipping Council.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
Welcome back from the break. So, Doc, AFCFTA Secretariat signed MOU with African Shippers Council to ensure the free flow of goods from one country of origin to the other. What's GUTA's take on it?
I think that is a brilliant move and a good observation that we have all been having in the past, that trade among ourselves is going to be difficult unless we have a smooth transportation system. Because business trade facilitation bounds on cost of doing business, ease and doing business, and time of doing business, and all these can be brought about by the transportation aspect. If we're able to have a good transport system, primarily, probably if we can even get our own shipping line for the continental free trade, to be plying along the African coast, primarily for this business, then of course it will augur well for us. Otherwise, we will depend on other ships that are applying to other destinations, but they use the Africa as a transit, and sometimes it makes the whole process very long. Sometimes they will even go as far as to Spain or elsewhere before coming back to Africa, and it will augur well for us. So if we be able to get our own shipping line, or a very easy form of transportation, whatever it will be, I think it will go a long way to facilitate the efforts that we are doing for the implementation of the Continental Free Trade Area.
So, what's your take on the National Insurance Commission saying that you should insure locally before you take any trading activities?
Yeah. Normally, we will want the local companies to be successful. But then, when we say that, right things also must be done. And it is very unfortunate for Parliament to even have gone ahead to enact this law, where it also goes with a custodian sentence and all that, where it is even not practicable for us to insure locally, because of so many reasons that we have also complained to government and then also to the National Insurance Commission itself. If we have done stakeholders engagement and we have factored our input, they could have understood our plight so that they would have reshaped the whole law and all that. And that has not been done. But the fact that we are not doing this business in isolation, and that we do this business with our suppliers who have equal stake in the goods that we bring because of terms of payment and all that, guarantee systems by some insurance offshore and all that. It does not make it even practicable for you to tell your supplier that you have to come to Ghana to do this insurance, where they have their preferred insurance companies who are ready to guarantee for them this shipment. So this is the reason why it make it impractical for us to for adopt to the new system that they want to introduce. What we are expecting the local insurance companies to do is that theirs is a service, and the service can never be imposed on anybody. You make your service attractive, and that's the only thing. You do not impose any service on anybody, even for the person to suffer a custodian a sentence. That is way too hard for them to have even done, and it doesn't augur well for the trading community. Their premium is also extremely high. They have engaged with us in the past, and they don't have the capacity to insure us. Sometimes when you give them the goods that we are bringing, they simply just do not have the capacity, and the premium that they also tell you to charge is way too off the mark. That do not attract people into their food. That accounts to the reason why they only have 6% of the general market of the marine insurance. So the onus lies on them to make their service very attractive, so that naturally people will opt for their service. And they should also, once they want to warn themselves to the trading community, they should also come to area where the risk is very high. They are shying away insuring our shops and all that, citing that it's a high risk area because of Makola being congested, KGTR and all that. And with the kind of premium that they give to our people are not being able to even insure our goods. And then you just go offshore. Even onshore, you can't do anything, and then you want to go offshore. This is not fair. If they want to bridge up with us a good relationship and all that, then this thing will carry on naturally for us to even move on to do the offshore business with them.
So far, since AFTA became operational in January 1st, how has businesses been like? Have you heard of any comments about the trading activity?
AFTA came, and then we thought we were going to have a good reference from those people who started. And if you know, Casapreco was the one that they showcased. They showed it on TV and everywhere. That they were the first to assess the AFTA program. And the story that came from Casapreco did not encourage anybody, because they were actually frustrated in their first business, and I wonder if they've even taken advantage of a second business and all that. And so the reference has not been good, and I don't know most people who have started taking this advantage, because the information itself is lacking. We don't, for the trading sector, we do not have adequate information as to what and what is produced here. And don't forget that we of Africa, we consume finished products. We do not consume raw materials. They have always been saying that intra-trade between African nations is 15% only. 15% is because most of us are not producing the finished products, and most of all these finished products are being outsourced from Asia, Europe, America, and elsewhere. If you want to assess most of our import requirement in Africa, you can only get about 20% out of the entire productivity in the world. You can get only about 20%. So unless we are able to add value to our products, get finished products at competitive pricing, quality, good quality, and then and then the ease of transportation and all that we're talking about, the mode of a payment, the transfer, and all that, they all come collectively to make it whole. This after that we've been talking about. So you cannot do this after in isolation unless you compare it to international practices, what we do with our previous trading partners in Asia and all that. Most of them have some guarantee system, some nice payment systems for risk. Their quality is good, their pricing is very good, and all that. And one thing that is not even making the whole thing attractive is that the duty free that they promise the S and all that is being staggered. So what it means is that it's going to take maybe 10 years before we realize the full exemption that they want to give to us. And this does not make it attractive, because especially when we'll be buying most of these goods from Asia, where the price is very cheap. And so the negligible difference in the duty does not take anything from that. And the products are already known to us. The quality is also known. And as against a product that we don't even have information of as of now. So I think having come this far, I think after the implementation, it has taken about 7 months now. If 7 months, they have to do evaluation and see where they are falling short and all that. From my practical view, I think information is simply not there. And then the issues of the rules of origin, there's no clarity as to the permissible goods as against the non-permissible goods. These things are all not known. So how do you start? Most of these our trading partners have been giving us suppliers credit, and then some even countries have even established this Exim Bank guarantee systems and all that. If somebody have this flexible way of doing business with his supplier, then he wouldn't say that because continental free trade is here, he will leave those attractive packages and come for this.
Thank you very much for joining us on BizTech today. I hope you've also learned a thing or two from our conversation today. We've spoken about freight charges, the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, and some other issues. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante. Thanks for watching BizTech on Ghana Web TV.
Thank you, Ernestina Sewa Asante, for the follow-up on the import and export business. Next is Tech Bits with our friend Jefferson Seniata.
Hello there, my name is Jefferson Seniata from Afternoon Music. This week on Tech Bits, I want us to talk about our financial goals. We all have our financial targets and things that we have to do. This website we're about to talk about is going to help us manage things better. You know how you always have a daily planner and a daily target or something that you want to buy? This website helps you to actually achieve that. Well, not by actually just generating the money, but helping you manage your money better and helping you actually set those targets bit by bit. It's a simple money management tool that helps us all get by day. So let's get to it. So back to our drawing board. Now, this website is called Intweet. Intweet.com. This focuses on complete financial solutions. Now, Intweet has a product called Mint. So Intweet, by the way, is spelled INTUIT.com. So Intweet.com. Once you get to Intweet.com, you'll be able to see what it really involves, which is having a complete financial confidence in managing your staff. Just by the way, QuickBooks is a tax accounting solution software. But the product we are interested in today by Intweet is called Mint. You can click on the Mint right there, right at the top there. So this is actually the main website we are actually coming to, Mint. So the URL ends up being mint.intweet.com, which is a product of Intweet. So Intweet, Mint, it's almost like a financial money management tool. It helps you reach your goals with personal insights, making track budgets and all that. And it's all free. I'd advise everyone to have a look at it. Sign up is very, very straightforward and easy to use. And it's your normal username, email address, and you're good to go. Even your phone number is recommended for you to sign up. So it's very, very easy to sign up. Now it has very, very in-depth analysis on how you can manage your stuff. Now it's a mobile app, so just keep in touch that once you sign in, you can use the web app too, but the mobile app is available on Android and iOS for those, and you can see a screenshot of how it looks on the app, where you're able to manage your cash, manage your goals, whether you set your target for a focus on what you want to do, whether it's an educational thing, whether it's a financial shopping budget or anything that you want to. This tool, Mint by Intweet, is the great tool to get started with. We are trying to build a house. This is a great money management tool for you to have. I advise everyone to look at it. It has great features like budget planner, credit monitoring. This is not so detailed in terms of us Ghanaians or Africans, so we might not find that feature that useful. But I mean, there's most of us that have maybe loans from the bank, so this might be useful to them. But you'll be able to track your spending, see where your money is going and what you need to do to improve on overspending. So this is a great tool. I'll advise everyone to use. It's free, perfectly free, and it's a great financial goal tracker. I hope you found this week very useful and very promising. Even if you're not going to use it, I encourage you to recommend this video to a friend or two. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.
Next is business headlines. The battle against the coronavirus still continues. As experts say, the fight may be far from over. Today, the country's active cases is about 2,314, with 143 new cases recorded as of early June 12, 2021. For this reason, the World Bank is giving out US $200 million loan facility to the government of Ghana and the Ministry of Health to help in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic.
Parliament has passed.
So when I finish reading, then I open
it to the heart of ensuring that the LEAP program, jobs in the rural areas and assets are also supported to make sure that no one is left behind. So I continue to see additional collaboration, partnership, and substantial resources from the World Bank towards implementing policy initiative under our Ghana Cares program, specifically targeted to support food security, local manufacturing capabilities, optimizing our flagships and strategic programs, and making Ghana a manufacturing hub for our society.
You signed already? No,
after, or does it not?
Now on the central bank, Ghana's central bank is set to begin the first of 3 pilot phase rollout for the nation's digital currency in September this year. The currency, which is known as the ECD, is expected to operate in sandbox interim and hinged on advancing financial inclusion and facilitating trade towards a cashless economy. First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku Afari, providing details at a workshop for business journalists, said the digital currency, when fully adopted, will outline the use of other digital currencies. He said, digital currency is part of the central bank acknowledging the need for digital payment and digital delivery of financial services. By this, the Bank of Ghana will provide a platform on which we can add more value to digital transactions. We have to take our time to design it with all the security features, and so have started it in a pilot phase through what we call a sandbox to learn lessons before we open it up to the general public. Now, on the Union of Traders Association, president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association has kicked against plans by government permitting Nigerian retailers to facilitate trade in Ghana. This comes on the back of the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Gbagbe, announcing before Nigeria's House of Representatives a review of the GIPC Act 2013 Act 865 that bars foreigners from partaking in retail trade. Of particular mention is the reconsideration of $1 million minimum requirement for trading enterprises under Section 28 of the Act. This is to facilitate regularization of the businesses of affected Nigerian traders in the trade impact. Now on the government of Ghana, the newly launched Ghana.gov platform is estimated to earn the country some 3 billion Ghana cedis in revenue mobilization annually, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has indicated. According to him, the platform, which will serve as a comprehensive digital service and revenue generation point of call, will be accessible to the general public to assist them to conduct businesses with government institutions and agencies.
Ghana.gov will help grow government revenue. It is estimated that about 10 to 15% of collections are lost through inefficiencies, theft, or other accounting schemes. Going digital means that we can improve our revenue collection by an estimated 3 billion cedis annually. Also, the sheer convenience of enabling all of us to pay for government services with our mobile money, our bank accounts, our new QR code, our fintech apps on our phones, or even, through the bank's drafts and so on. The hassle of going through long queues and hopping from office to office just to make a payment for a government service will simply become a thing of the past. Ghana.gov will help grow government.
Now on the financial sector, the Ministry of Finance has submitted a list of board members to the Bank of Ghana for approval as part of the processes to kickstart the operations of the Development Bank Ghana. According to sources familiar with the matter, the board members, when approved, will pave the way for the bank to commence its full operation, which is expected to take place by the end of July this year. Director of Financial Services at the Finance Ministry, Samson Akligo, had earlier assured the establishment of the Development Bank Ghana will complement the capacity of the Agricultural Development Bank. The Student Loan Trust Fund has disclosed about 42,813 borrowers are in default on their students' loan. The fund explained these persons have completed their various programs in school many years ago, have resorted to not paying back the loans. As a result of this and the fund's resolve to recouping the loans, it has since published the names of the defaulters on its website and requested for the loans to be repaid. Additionally, the fund has vowed to expose the identity of debtors in the media should they fail to comply with the directive. So it's a wrap for this week's edition of BizTech on Ghana Web TV. Get interactive with us on all our social media platforms. We are at the Ghana Web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ghana Web TV. Also, get to be a part of the Ghana Web Excellence Awards that seeks to recognize individuals and groups who have contributed to the development of Ghana by nominating your favorite individual or groups. The forms are available on the website beneath most of our stories on www.ghanaweb.com. You can also nominate via awards@ghanaweb.com. Thanks for staying with us. My name is Na Oyokote.